Dear students, class 10th. In the previous class, we have discussed the numerical problems of previous chapter, that is chapter 4. Today we will discuss the refraction through a lens. First of all, we will discuss a lens, what the lens is. We are familiar with the use of lenses in the spectacles and in the cameras and all to make the object visible. Lens is a transparent and refractive medium bounded by either two spherical surfaces, one spherical surface or either one plane surface. There are two kinds. A spherical surface means, underline this word, spherical surface. A sphere is a solid ball of glass by which it has been taken out. One surface can be plane and one can be in a spherical shape outward. If the two pieces are joined together with a transparent medium, it is biconvex lens. Two kinds of lenses. Convex lens, named as converging lens. Converging lens, when a beam of light, parallel beam of light is made incident on it, it converges at a point and that point is said to be the focus. Concave lens, diverging lens, it diverges the beam of light from the focus if the ray of light is made incident or the point source is kept at focus. In the case of concave lens, it makes a divergence beam. It is just acting opposite to the converging lens. In the figure 5.1 in your book, biconvex lens means from both the sides it is convex. Plano-convex, one side plane and the other is convex. Concavo-convex, one side is concave and the other side is convex. So it is defined by the right side. Right side is convex from both the sides, biconvex. One side is plane, other is convex, plano-convex. One side is concave, other is convex, concavo-convex. So these are the types of the lenses. Similar way, concave lens or diverging lens, both the sides, figure number you see 5.2, both the sides, if it is concave and at the edge they are thicker and the center it is thinner, it is biconcave. One side is plane on the right side and the one side is concave, it is plano-concave, and one side is convex, other is concave, convexo-concave. So these are the types of lenses. Action of a lens as a set of prism. See, here we talk about biconvex lens. It is a combination of two lenses, one rectangle, two triangular prism, figure 5.3 in your book, figure number 5.3 in your book. It consists of two triangle prism, one rectangle and two trapezium at the ends. So we know that if the ray of light, converging action of a lens, figure number 5.3, it consists of two triangular prism, one rectangle at the center and two trapezium on either sides. So we know that from the previous lesson, action of the prism, the ray of light when it is made incident on one face, it bends towards its base, and from the center of the convex lens, if the ray passes, it passes undeviated, and from both the triangular prism, when the ray of light, parallel beam of light passes through it, it meets at a point that is said to be the focal point. Converging action of the prism is shown on figure number 5.5. Here just consider the three rays. One is passed from the center, figure number 5.5. One is passed from the center, it passes undeviated. The A ray, first it bends till the center on the first face, and on the other face again it bends. Two clear bendings are to be shown in this triangle, and the ray of light B passes undeviated because it is passing through the rectangle prism. And C, it again bent two times meet at focus. So here this F is the real focus which is formed by a biconvex lens. F is the real focus which is formed by the biconvex lens. Yeah. So what all the biconvex consist of? Two triangular two triangular prism and one rectangle. Two triangular prism and one rectangle. Diverging action of the concave lens. Say concave lens, just inverted prism are kept. Inverted two prism are kept and one rectangle. Same. Here the inverted prism are kept. When a parallel beam of light A passes through it, it deviates from its path. B passes undeviated because it is a rectangular glass prism. C again, when it is made to incident on it, it diverges. When these two diverges rays are proceeded back, why they have been proceeded back? Because on extending it, they never seems to meet at a point. They never seems to meet at a point. So they were traced back, and the point where they appears to meet, it is said to be its focus. So appears to meet means it is having an apparent focus. Appear to meet it is having an apparent focus. Now technical terms: center of the curvature. Each surface of the lens is a part of the sphere. It has big spherical mirrors, so it has been taken from the sphere. Center of the sphere, whose part is lens surface, is called the center of curvature of the surface of the lens. C1 and C2 are the center of curvatures in the spherical portion. C1 and C2 are the centers of curvature. So principal axis, from the center the line passes to it is center of this is principal axis. Same way C1 and C2 in the other figure. Radius of curvature, the radius of the sphere whose part is the lens surface, radius from the center to the circumference, is called the radius of curvature. Here PC1 and PC2 are respective radii of curvature. PC1, P2, C1 and P2, C2. These are radius of curvature in both the cases. P2, C1 and P2, C2. P1, C1, P2, C2. These are radius of curvature of the lens. For equiconvex lens, the radius of curvature of both the surfaces are equal if the diameter of the sphere is same. Principal axis. It is the line joining the center of the curvature of two surfaces called the principal axis. Two surfaces of the lens. Principal axis, this line which is passing through the centers of these spheres. Passing through the center of these spheres, it is said to be the principal axis. Now come to next page number 106. Optical center. Optical center, it is the part of the principal axis. It is a part of the principal axis of the lens such that the ray of light passing through the point emerges parallel to its direction of the incident. Optical center, where the ray passes through it and the ray passes undeviated from the optical center. As the figure 5.8, if the ray of light is passed through the optical center, it does not deviate from its path. Generally, a ray of light directed toward the optical center of a thin lens can be considered passed through the lens undisplaced as shown in this. If the ray of the light is passed through the optical center, it does not deviate from its path. It passes undeviated. So optical center. Optical center of the thin lens is the point on the principal axis of the lens such that the ray of light directed towards it passes undeviated through it. Passes undeviatedly center of the lens. Principal foci. Principal foci is the plural form of focus. Foci means number of focus. Word is plural word, foci. Here first focal point or second focal point, second focal is the medium of the ray of light can enter a lens either side. Therefore, the lens has two principal foci. on either side of the lens. They are known as principal focal point or principal focus f1 and f2. If the medium is same on either side of the lens, the two foci are situated equal distance from the optical center. If the medium is same, for example, it is air. First focal point, if the object is kept at the focus, if the ray is made incident on it and the ray becomes parallel, first focus. And if the rays are coming and they becomes parallel after refraction, on tracing it, it appears to be the focus, that is said to be the first focus. As figure shown in the 5.10. Here the object is kept, source of light made incident on it and becomes parallel. Second, ray of light is made incident from the outer source and after refraction it becomes parallel. The extended in the ray of direction coming, so it is said to be the first focus. For a concave lens, the first focal point is f1, principal axis of the lens, such that the incident ray of light appearing to meet at it after refraction from becomes parallel to the principal axis of the lens. Second focal point. For a convex lens, the second focal point is the f2 point. When the parallel beam of light is made incident on a biconvex lens, the point on which they appears to meet is said to be the second focal point. In the case of concave, parallel beam of light is made incident on it, and after refraction, when they have been traced back, it appears to be formed at one focus, that is said to be the apparent focus, and it is said to be the second focus. For a concave lens, second focal point is f2 on the principal axis of the lens, such that the ray of light incident parallel to the principal axis after refraction from the lens appears to be diverging from its point. It is clear from the figure given here. Now, few definitions. Focal plane: the plane passing through the first focal point and the normal to the principal axis is said to be the first focal plane. Second focal plane: the plane passing through the second focal point and the normal to the principal axis of the lens is called the second focal. Focal length: here this is focal plane. The normals are drawn at this point, f2 and f2 either side. This to be the second focal plane, and previous one is the first focal plane. Focal length. Focal length is nothing, it is a distance in between the focus and the optical center of the lens. As they are defined, distance of the focus or focus point from the optical center of the lens is called the focal length. Lens has two focal points. Length. First focal length, the distance from optical center of the lens to its first focal length f1 is called first focal. f1 of the lens in figure 5.10, it can be seen O f1 is equal to f1 first focal. Second focal, distance from the optical center O of the lens to the second focal point f2 is called the second focal point f2. OF2, O2 f2, O2 f2, these are the second focal points. In this figure they have given figure 5.12, a parallel beam of light is made obliquely on a lens. Obliquely on the lens, you see this figure 5.12, the beam of light is made parallel beam of light is made incident obliquely. The image is not formed at the principal axis but at the same line, that is said to be the focal plane. So focal plane has infinite focus. So here it forms at B. So this is also focal plane, not on f2. Clear? So not necessary that it always the focus appears to be at a principal axis. Same case in the figure 5.13, see clearly, refraction of an oblique parallel beam of concave lens. Parallel beam of concave lens is made incident. They diverges in the direction when they have been proceeded back, that is not on f2, on the focal plane, this focus is formed. Yeah. So focal length of the lens depends upon the two factors: refractive index of the medium of the lens, refractive to surrounding mediums. If a lens is placed in water, underline this. If a lens is placed in water, instead of air, that is If mu decreases, its focal length increases. If refractive index decreases, focal length increases. Second point, the radii of curvature of two surfaces of the lens. The thick lens has less focal length. Thin lens has of the same material. Thick lens has less focal length than thin lens of the same material. Next point, if the part of the lens is covered, its focal length remains unchanged. Only the amount of light entering the lens decreases due to the intensity of the image formed by the lens. Decreases by the position, size, nature of the image formed by it do not change. Now they have given the differences between concave and convex. We have discussed at least three differences you should know and note down in your copies. Next part is refraction of light through a equiconvex lens. Here just say when a ray of light is passed through it normally, and normal is drawn, it bends towards the normal and again towards its base. So here the when they appears to meet on both the normals, they meet. In the same case, parallel beam of light. In the other case, two deviations has to be shown. So it is clear from 5.14 that the convex lens bends the ray towards the middle, that is converging of light, while concave lens bend the ray towards the edges, away from the middle, diverging the light. Underline this. Both the figures give bend towards the base, bend towards the base. If you remember this sentence, because in the convex lens, the base is below, so bend towards the base. And in the concave lens, it is opposite prism is cat, again it is bending towards its base. Going upward and downward, don't remember this. Always the ray bend towards the base, we have to remember this statement. It is clear, underline this from figure 5.14 that the convex lens bend the ray of light towards its middle, that is converges the light, while a concave lens bends the ray of light towards its edges or away from its middle, diverges the light. For ray diagram, we shall consider the lens thick or simplicity. So students, class 10th, theory portion of this part we have done. Exercise 5A we will discuss. Go through the diagrammatic questions. Although answers they have given of the theory part, but go through all these diagrammatic questions. These all questions, mark the questions. This is homework for today. Today date is August, Wednesday, 5/8/2020. Homework for 10th B and 10th D. Question number 25, diagrammatic, page number 109. 26 you have to try. 27 both the parts. 28. And these questions, these all are the board questions, this you have to do. Rest all the answers they are given. If any answer, if you are not satisfied with it, not getting it, let me know. Clear? Thank you students. We'll meet you later.